In the last class, we have discussed about the separation of variable technique and how to reduce the differential equation, Schrodinger differential equation into two ordinary differential equation, and what is the time independent Schrodinger equation. And we also discussed that the central task of quantum mechanics is to solve the time independent Schrodinger equation for various systems, knowing the value of potential of that particular system. Now here we are going to discuss the most basic example of the quantum mechanical system, which is a particle inside an infinitely deep one-dimensional potential well or potential box, which is infinitely deep. And look here, it is drawn, the particle is inside a potential well, and it is at x equal to 0 and x equal to a at the boundaries, and the particle is inside this potential well and it is completely free and it is infinitely deep. So inside the potential well, the particle is completely free except the two end, where at x is equal to 0 and at x is equal to a, infinite force is preventing the particle from escaping this potential well. So the particle is inside this potential box, and what is the condition? Boundary condition is given, and we require the knowledge of potential of that system. Look here, the particle is completely free inside this well, so V is 0 when 0 less than x less than a. Between these two regions, the particle is completely free inside the box, and Vx is infinite, the potential is infinite otherwise, and outside this box the potential is infinite. So this is our condition, and our task is to solve this time independent Schrodinger equation and to obtain the solution of the psi x and to obtain the energy eigenvalues of this system. So how to start this equation? As the outside this well, the probability of obtaining the particle is 0, so psi is 0 outside the potential well. Outside this well, there is no probability of obtaining the particle. So we shall only discuss the region under consideration between these two boundaries. So in between these two regions, we have V is equal to 0. V is equal to 0. Between 0 and a, the time independent Schrodinger equation as V is 0 reduces to minus h cut square by twice m d2 psi x dx to V is 0, so this term vanishes. This is equal to E psi x. Look here, just some rearrangement. We have d2 psi x dx to, this is equal to minus twice me divided by h cut square, where h cut is h by 2 pi, you know, is the energy of the system, and m is the mass of the particle which is under consideration. So this is equal to psi x. Now this term is a constant term. Suppose we are writing this as k square, where k square is twice me by h cut square. Okay, so take it number 2 and put it here. We have d2 psi x dx2, this is equal to minus k square psi x, and from here we can write d2 psi x dx2 plus k square psi x, this is equal to 0. Our task is to solve this equation. Look here, this equation is very much known to you, and the energy is obviously, look here, the energy should be positive, and this equation is very much known to you. Look here, it is a second order differential equation, and it is the equation for the classical simple harmonic oscillator, which we have already studied in simple harmonic oscillation. So we know the solution, and we are not going into the detail of the solution of this differential equation. As we know, the solution of this equation can be written as psi x, this is equal to a sin kx plus b cos kx. This is the standard solution, you all know from your class 11, 12 knowledge. of this type of equation. And for further reading, you can for the solution you can see the video on simple harmonic motion, which is already uploaded. Now this is our solution for this equation. If we number it 3, so it is 4. A and B are the arbitrary constants, the value of which can be obtained from the boundary conditions. So we require some boundary condition. As we know from the property of wave function, that wave function must be a continuous function, and the particle is inside the box, so this should be inside between 0 and A. And what is the probability of obtaining the particle outside the box? It is 0. So from the continuity and the relationship, we have psi at x equal to 0, this is equal to 0, and the second condition is psi at x equal to A, this is also 0. These are the two boundary conditions. We mark it at, suppose A, it is. So these are two boundary conditions, which is very much important, as for the solution of this equation we require these two boundary conditions. So now from the first boundary condition, what we can write? Why again psi is 0 at x equal to 0, psi at 0 at x equal to A, because the particle is inside the box, and outside the potential V is infinity and the particle cannot go outside. So for continuity, the psi at x equal to 0 and psi at x equal to A also 0. So we are using these boundary conditions. So now from the first boundary condition, from the condition A, we have psi at x equal to 0, this is equal to 0. Just put this condition here, put x equal to 0, so psi at x equal to 0 becomes A sine 0. Sine 0 is 0, so this term is 0 plus B cosine 0, cos 0 is 1, and psi at x equal to 0 we have 0, so we have B equal to 0. So our solution now reduces to psi x, this is equal to A sine kx, because from the first boundary condition we obtain B equal to 0. And from the second boundary condition, what we have? From the second boundary condition, we have condition B, psi at x equal to A is equal to 0. So putting this in this condition, psi at x equal to A, putting x equal to A, we have obtained that B is already 0. So this term we can neglect. We have psi x equal to A sine kx. So we have psi at x equal to A sine ka. And what we have, that psi at x equal to A is equal to 0. So we have A, this is equal to 0. So A sine ka equal to 0. As A is not equal to 0, so sine ka should be equal to 0. And sine theta 0 means when sine becomes 0, it is at n pi. When theta is integral multiple of pi, then only this condition satisfied. So we have ka is equal to n pi. So from here we can obtain k equal to n pi by A, where n is 0, plus minus 1, plus minus 2, and so on. And A is the width of this potential barrier. So we have, putting it in this condition, psi x is equal to A sine n pi x by A. So our solution reduces to this term. But look here, another arbitrary constant A is present, whose value is to be determined. And how we are going to obtain this value? We are going to see. We are going to obtain the value of A. But we require another boundary condition, but we have already used these two boundary condition. We have no more boundary condition given. So how we can obtain the value of A? Let us see. So by solving this equation, we have just obtained the solution and put using the boundary condition psi x equal to a sin kx, and from the second boundary condition k is n pi by a, we have already obtained, but a is still unknown, but we have already used the two boundary conditions. So what is the third condition is required to obtain the value of a? As we know, what is the total probability from the normalization condition, which we have discussed when we are discussing the properties of wave function. We have already discussed that the total probability of obtaining the particle inside the square well is 1, and from the normalization condition, we have we know that mod of psi square dx, this should be equal to 1. And what will be the limit? The outside the barrier, the probability of obtaining the particle is 0. The particle is inside the well, so the limit will be from x equal to 0 to x equal to a. Okay, so we have mod of, if we put here the value psi x is a sin kx, and psi star is obvious, is a real number, so we have from here mod of a square is 0 to a sin square kx dx, this is equal to 1. Psi star is, mod of psi square is nothing but, we know, psi star psi, and psi is a sin kx, psi star is obviously a sin kx, so this value we obtained. And now the integration, how to integrate this one? It is very much easy. Mod of a square, just divide it by 2, it is 0 to a 2 sin square kx dx, this is equal to 1, and it will be mod of a square by 2 sin square theta is 1 minus cos 2 kx, this should be equal to 1. Now what is using the value of k? 2n pi x by a we have. So here we have mod of a square by 2 0 to a dx minus 0 to a cos of 2k is n pi by a dx. So this is equal to 1. From the first integration it is a, and from the second integration, if we integrate cos, it is a by 2n pi into sin 2n pi by a, and put the limit, it is sin 2n pi minus sin 0, sin n pi is 0, so this second term after integration, putting the limit, vanishes. So we have only mod of a square by 2, and from the first term it is ax, and the limits are 0 to a, this is equal to 1. So mod of a square is equal to 2 by a, so mod of a is equal to root over of 2 by a. So we have obtained the value of the normalization constant. So from here we have the wave function, normalized wave function, it is root over of 2 by a, sin k is n pi by a, so n pi x by a. So one task is complete. We have obtained the expression for wave function for 1D potential box, infinite potential box. The wave function is determined, and the second task is to obtain the expression for energy. And what is the expression for energy? As we know, we have k square is equal to 2me by h cut square. We have k square is equal to 2me by h cut square, and we obtain k is equal to n pi by a. So from these two relation, we can say that, putting the value of k here, n square pi square by a square, this is equal to 2i's me by h cut square. So what is the expression of energy? So E is n square pi square h cut square by 2 ma square. So this is the expression of energy. N is an integer, pi is a constant, h cut is h by 2 pi, m is the mass of the particle, and a is the width of the barrier. So now if we can alternately write it as h cut as h by 2 pi, so then the expression becomes E is n square pi square h cut square by 2 ma square. Writing h cut as h by 2 pi, putting all the value, we have E is equal to n square h square by 8 ma square. This is another form of writing the energy. So look here, what is the new finding is that in classical mechanics, for a particle, all type of energy, all values of energy is possible. But look here, for a particle inside, for a quantum mechanical particle inside a potential box of infinite deep, we cannot have the energy of arbitrary value. It must be integral multiple of some pi square h cut square by 2 ma square. Look here, it is for n equal to 1, 2, 3, only quantized value of energy is possible. So only specified allowed energy is possible for the particle inside a one-dimensional potential box. So this is the first analytical treatment of a quantum mechanical system. Now we shall plot the graph of some wave function. For suppose n here represents the ground state, for ground state n equal to 1, first excited state n equal to 2, n equal to 3, and so on. So the states are represented by the quantum number, n is the quantum number, and the energy is represented by this E equal to n square pi square h cut square by 2 ma square. So now we shall plot the graph of the wave functions of corresponding states. We have already solved for the wave function and energy eigenvalue for a particle inside a one-dimensional potential box which is infinitely deep. The condition was that the particle was inside this box was completely free, and between it is x is equal to 0 and x is equal to a, and outside this box the potential is infinite and the particle cannot go outside from this box. And we solved this system, the Schrodinger equation. We obtained sin x is equal to root over of 2 by a sin n pi x by a, where a is the width of this barrier and energy En is n square pi square h cut square by 2 ma square. And look here, the energy is quantized. N is an integer. For n equal to 1 we get ground state, for n equal to 2 first excited state, n equal to 3 second excited state, and so on. Now we are going to plot the wave functions. Now for ground state we have n equal to 1. So ground state energy, it is E1, it is put n equal to 1, so it is pi square h cut square by 2 ma square, and psi 1x is root over of 2 by a sin pi x by a, n equal to 1. So we have this one, the wave function, and we are going to plot this wave function. So for this purpose, suppose at x equal to 0 we put, if x equal to 0 we have sin 0, sin 0 is 0, so we have psi 1x is equal to 0. And if we put here x equal to a, the other boundary, that is here we have x equal to a, that is sin pi, it is also 0, so psi 1x at x equal to a becomes 0. And at x equal to a by 2, that is the midpoint, we have sin pi, and a by 2 means a cancels out sin pi by 2. So we have psi 1, sin pi by 2 is 1, we have root over of 2 by a. So we have at x equal to a by 2 the maximum of psi 1x. And if we want to plot it as it is a sinusoidal function, we obtain the minima only at x equal to 0 and x equal to a. So we get this sort of graph. So this is the ground state wave function, psi 1x is plotted against x. So this is the graph of ground state wave function. So for the higher order states, if we want to plot the wave functions, what will be the result? Let us see. Look here, for the first excited state. For the first excited state we have n equal to 2 and we plot the graph. For n equal to 2, we have E2, the second energy for the first excited state. It is for n square, it becomes 2 square, that is 4 pi square h car square by 2m square. And the wave function becomes psi 2x is equal to root over of 2 by a sine 2 pi x by a, because n equal to 2 here. Now look here, the potential barrier was from x equal to 0 to x equal to a. If we divide this barrier into 4 parts, suppose x equal to 0 to x equal to a by 4, then a by 2, then 3a by 4, then a, we divide it into 4 sections. At x equal to 0, we have sine 2 0, that is 0, so psi 2 becomes 0. At x equal to a by 4, we have root over of 2 by a sine pi by 2, 2 pi by a into pi by a by 4, that a cancels out, we have sine pi by 2. So we have root over of 2 by a, because this becomes 1. At a by 2, this becomes sine pi, it is also 0, so psi 2x at a by 2 also 0. And at 3a by 4, we have sine 3 pi by 2. Sine 3 pi by 2 is minus 1, so we have minus root over of 2 by a. And finally at x equal to a, we have sine 2 pi, which is 0. So if we plot this wave function, we get at x equal to 0 it is 0, and at x equal to a by 2 it is 0, and x equal to a it is 0, and at x equal to a by 4 it is maximum positive, is root over of 2 by a, and x equal to 3a by 4 it is maximum negative, that is minus root over of 2 by a. So variation of psi 2x with x can be plotted as this function. Look here, compared to the first state, psi 1x was x equal to 0 to x equal to a, no node was there, a node increases. So we obtain the first excited state. Now for the second excited state, similarly we have n equal to 3 for second excited state. As for second excited state, n equal to 3, we have E3, that is the energy for the second excited state. N square is 9, because 3 square is 9 pi square h car square by 2m square, and psi 3x is root over of 2 by a sine 3 pi x by a. Now similarly, by putting x equal to 0 here, we have psi 3x equal to 0, because sine 0 is 0. At x equal to a by 6, we have divided the complete barrier into 6 parts, that is a by 6, then a by 3, then a by 2, then 2a by 3, then 5a by 6, then a. We have divided the whole potential barrier into 6 regions, 6 parts. And now we are going to see what is the value of psi 3x at some particular points. So at x equal to 0, we obtain similarly psi 3x is equal to 0, because sine 0 is 0. At x equal to a by 6, we have sine 3 pi by a into a by 6, that is sine pi by 2. This becomes root over of 2 by a, because sine pi by 2 is 1. At x equal to a by 3, again it is sine pi, so becomes 0, so psi 3x becomes 0. At x equal to a by 2, we have sine 3 pi by 2. Sine 3 pi by 2 is minus 1, so we have psi 3x is equal to minus root over of 2 by a. At x equal to 2a by 3, we have 2a by 3, we have put here, we have again sine n pi, that means this is equal to 0. At sine 5 pi by 6, we have sine 5 pi by 2, which is root over of 2 by a, that means this is equal to 1. And finally at x equal to a, we have sine 3 pi, which is equal to 0, psi 3x. And now by putting all together, we plot the psi 3x, which is 0 at psi 3x at x equal to 0, at x equal to a by 3 it is 0, at x equal to 2a by 3 it is 0, and x equal to a it is again 0, so the graph will be of this nature. So here look here, again number of node again increases. So node increases as we go up in energy from the ground state to the first excited state to the second excited state, and we also go up in energy. So from here we can conclude that for particle in a box we have some quantized energy and only some permitted value of energy is possible for this case, and the wave functions when go up from the ground to the first and the second excited states, it changes in this following pattern.